Good morning, fourth graders. I hope you're having a very thankful Thursday today. Today's math class is going to be a little bit different today because today we have our very first assessment. We have our very first quiz during our mobile learning time. And I wanted to share a couple of things with you this morning before we get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you so that you can see what I see. Now, as we start this mobile learning assessment, there are some things that we need to keep in mind. Before all this started, you're very accustomed to seeing this screen up on the monitors, reminding everyone to be quiet because we're passing a test or a quiz. Well, this was before mobile learning, and some things are going to be a little bit different now that we are doing mobile learning. One of the things is you will no longer need to get out your Wicked Glance because there's no need to cover your work. There's no other students in your home with you that would be tempted to look at your paper. There's also no need, if you're taking a test, to finish that test within the 45 minutes, or if you're taking a quiz, to finish that within the 15 minutes that we typically give you to take those tests and quizzes. Here are some assessment do's and don'ts as we begin in this new journey of mobile learning assessments. Keep in mind that assessments are to be done independently. That means all by yourself, just like how you would in the classroom. You would do your test or your quiz all by yourself. And you know that when you would raise your hand and ask me a question, there's really no guidance that I could give you. I would just encourage you to do your best and make your best choice. And that will be the same. Also, keep in mind that parents and siblings may not assist you during this assessment, and they may not check your work before the assessments are due. Just like you would never ask me to check your test or your quiz before you turned it in, we're not going to ask someone else to check your test or your quiz before you turn it in to me. Lastly, let's keep in mind that just like in the classroom, we are not to use our book or other resources or other devices to assist us in any way while taking our assessments. This is geared just for math assessments. So just like I would tell you to put your yellow spiral away and your math book away, you're still going to be doing that, but a little differently. I'll explain in just a moment. For those of you who like to use a multiplication chart, you may not be able to use that during this time. However, you may make your own during the assessment time. These three things are just like we do in class. So there's really no difference here. When it comes to mobile learning, your character is what is counting here. You know that I'm not in your house with you to check to make sure that you're making the right decisions. I'm really having to put my trust and my faith in you during this time. And I really just want this assessment to be an honest showing of what we're doing well on and what we need to spend a little bit more time on. Let's talk about when and how these assessments will be done. Assessments for math will be each Thursday, and they are noted on your Wicked Glance. Assessments will be turned in by either emailing or texting me a picture of your assessment. And assessments are due every Friday before our 1 o'clock class Zoom meeting. So that gives you over 24 hours to do your assessment, check your work yourself, and get that turned into me. What are the supplies that you're going to need for your math assessment today? Well, you're going to need your math book. And I know what you're saying, but Mrs. Evans, you've already told us that we're not to be using our math book. Yes, you will not be looking in pages that you have already accomplished, but we will be needing our math book for this assessment, and I'll show you how in just a moment. Not only will you need your math book, but of course you'll also need a pencil, and perhaps you'll need a scratch sheet of paper. If you do not already have those three things, go ahead and pause your video and go ahead and get those at this time. Now that we have our math book, our pencil, and our scratch sheet of paper, here are some things that we need to know in order to accomplish Math Quiz 1. Math Quiz 1 is going to actually be from your homework, lesson 130, page 374. Here is a picture of what your Math Quiz 1 will be. You can put your answers right in your book if you'd like, but you might need your scratch sheet of paper just in case to work out some problems out to the side. I do need to see a picture of this as well as any scratch paper that you used during this time, okay? Now, when you are all finished with your first quiz, what do you do next? Well, then it's time to turn it in. And how are we going to turn that in? You'll turn it in by either emailing me or texting me a picture of your assessment. Remember, assessments are due every Friday before our class Zoom meeting, and those Zoom meetings are at 1 o'clock. All right, students, so that gives you a little bit of information of how our assessments will go, and this is what you'll be doing for quiz number 1. If you need to, go ahead and rewind this video so that you can get another view of those page numbers and that lesson number. I look forward to seeing your results anytime between now and Friday before our 1 o'clock Zoom meeting. Good luck, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.